based on the works of Karol Wyszyński. Diaries of Magic Eyes.
September 21st, 1334, Twin Mountain. Dobrzegniew Mercenary, Season Novice. We spent today resting and getting to know the local architecture and attractions. We didn't plan on doing any tasks, so we left all our weapons in our rooms. Around noon we decided to take a break for lunch, and we were barely halfway through the tour. We found an inn on the edge of the market square, and occupied one of the outside tables. I have to admit, the local cuisine is really delicious, especially when you eat it in the pleasant atmosphere of the band playing in the market square. After finishing the meal, Jarmila decided to dance with Isber, so we went over to watch them. After a while the song ended, so the band started playing another one. At that moment, the 5 couples who were dancing scattered and pulled people into a circle to dance too. If I remember correctly, the song was called Ballerina and came from the continent. It is quite popular because I often heard it at festivals. I thought I would just stand there and watch Boguslawa dance, but someone also took me to the circle. It was the first time I danced this dance, but it was really simple, so I knew the steps just by observing it. Couples would stand in a circle, ladies from the middle and gentlemen from the outside. With a bouncy movement, for steps forward, you turn around, for steps back, and you come back in exactly the same way. For steps forward, you turn around, for steps back. Then the couple, holding hands, jump towards each other and jump away. Then the partners change, the ladies move to the next partner, and everything starts again perfectly in time with the music. At the very end, I managed to meet Boguslawa and I thought I would love to dance with her. Unfortunately, at that moment the song ended. The band announced the last special song, Color Ball. I thought I had misheard. It was the princess's favorite song as well as mine. We loved to dance it and we did it every chance we got, but since she disappeared I have only danced it a few times, but I have never felt this bond with my partner. I thought to myself that I could not miss such an opportunity, only that my partner should be the princess. However, I felt that Boguslawa was worthy, that she had something in her. I asked if she would do me this favor and dance with me. Unfortunately, in an embarrassed voice she replied that she could not dance the color ball. All the happiness that had accumulated in me slowly began to leave my body. However, something told me that I was missing something important. I asked what if I let her. When she agreed, I felt happiness fill my heart again. We stood facing each other with a slight gap and I started telling her one by one what steps she should take next. First, she was to spin to my right side so that I could freely embrace her around the waist. Unfortunately, she bumped into me, but I decided that there was no point in giving up, so to continue we spun around. Then, standing in front of each other, we crossed our arms alternately at the elbows 4 times and she did a pirouette, stepping on my foot in the process. I said that now we had to take a few steps so she should follow me. After that, I stood on her left side, grabbed her right hand behind the neck with my right hand and her left hand with my left. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, we turn around and again 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. We stood facing each other with our arms crossed, spun around twice and before I could tell her to do a pirouette, she did it herself as if she knew the next move. I put my hand behind her neck and we started spinning again, 2 turns, a pirouette and we continued in the same direction without stopping. After another change, she stood on my right side, holding her left hand on my back. Then she went to my left side and put her right hand on my back. I didn't have to tell her anything, we could speed up. After repeating the last movement 3 more times, I grabbed her by the waist and moved her to my other side. Holding hands, we walked with a spring in our step. The next sequences were just repetitions of the previous ones. I let myself be completely carried away by the music and dance. I hadn't felt like this for years, as if I had gone back in time, as if I was dancing with a princess, my one and only. We reached the climax, I lifted her again, then she leaned back as much as possible and with the last note she jumped onto my shoulders and we ended it with a deep kiss. I was simply as if in a trance, nothing mattered but this moment. The applause of the people around us brought us back to our senses. Literally everyone's attention was focused on us, then I understood what I had done. I lowered Boguslawa to the ground and turning around I said, "Forgive me, we shouldn't have danced that." As I was leaving I added that I needed to be alone for a while, so she went in the opposite direction from us. We went out of town to a clearing where I tried to digest what I had done. The colored ball was a beloved dance for both me and the princess. We promised each other that we would dance it at our joint wedding. What was I thinking? No one but the princess is worthy, and I danced with a simple girl with whom I felt this unique bond. I feel as if I had betrayed my beloved. In all my nerves I went to a boulder lying next to the path and without thinking I started hitting it with my fist once at a time to release my anger. I know it's not Boguslawa's fault, she didn't want to dance, I asked her. I'll have to apologize to her tomorrow for this. I started analyzing her movements then. It was obvious that she couldn't dance this, but suddenly she started to know every move, perfectly mirroring every step as if she knew this dance by heart. She was able to perfectly mirror the princess's movements. I literally felt that I was dancing with the princess. Only that's impossible. With this thought I hit the boulder with all my strength, not realizing that I also used magic eyes. The stone shattered into pieces. I was surprised. After all, I can only increase the force of the impact with my weapon, not my bare fist. I looked at my hands. They were covered in sapphire light just like my eyes. The light disappeared at the same time as my magic eyes deactivated. I was even more shocked. I looked at my companions. Their faces also showed surprise. The only explanation that came to my mind was the legend. The legend of the destined magic eyes. When two users who are destined for each other meet, their abilities can evolve. But how is that possible? I haven't met anyone else who has this ability. It happened when I was thinking about Boguslawa. Could she be the one destined for me? Could she also have royal blood in her?